So that's basically going to be a wrap for this one. There's about 3 minutes 20 seconds left. The Bears just scored a touchdown, and there's 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in this game, but the game's over. Like, the Bears, that was terrible. That was from the beginning of the game. The Packers controlled the whole game the whole way through. The score right now is 41-25. Might change in the final 3 minutes, in my opinion. Packers are just going to go out there and milk the clock. And just before I get into my postgame, guys, Bears fans, we all know we're loyal to our navy and orange. No matter what, who suits up for the Bears, no matter how we're playing, we always show up. And I just dropped some new Bears merch in our store. Bear Down shirts, go get yours right now. We got them in shirts and hoodies. Shirts are only $15 and hoodies are only $30. Great deal right there, so definitely do not be afraid to take advantage of that and show your Bears support and everything. As hard as it is being a Bears fan, we still love to support our team. So bear down as always, and definitely go get your shirts and everything. As my thumbnail says, what a joke. Like, honestly, what a joke of a game. That was just... I came into this game strangely optimistic because Mitch Trubisky was our quarterback, even though I'm the guy who was saying, pull Mitch all of last season, trade for a new QB, I want someone new. And even at the beginning of this season, I was like, put in Nick Foles the whole time. Even though I'm the guy who was trying to get Mitch out the whole time, I felt a strange sense of optimism that he was going to come in here and kind of have a chip on his shoulder and play with some fire and lead the Bears and have a pretty good comeback story. How he was kind of the guy who all the Bears fans and everything disliked. He went out and played pretty bad for the start of his career, but then came back after being replaced, got another chance, and came back and became a really good quarterback. Now, that could still happen. Depends on if he gets to start next week versus the Lions. But this game, we pretty much saw the old Mitch Trubisky back. Like, first drive, I was really excited. Mitch goes out. We hit a big run with David Montgomery. Mitch makes some big throws, although we weren't able to get it in the end zone. Cole Kmet had a ball right to him. He wasn't able to hold on. That would have got us to the one at least, if not maybe a touchdown. And then we kicked the field goal from there. And then the next drive, we started off good. I remember hitting Allen Robinson on a ball down the middle. And then we decided to go for a deep post to Darnell Mooney. And he floats it a bit. And that ball, of course, gets intercepted. And then everything from there just seems to go downhill because I'm pretty sure the next drive, Mitch fumbles the ball. And, of course, it's a scoop and score. The Packers take it back. And the real main reason why we lost in this game, out of all the reasons, look at the quarterback stats for us. Mitch Trubisky, 26 for 46, 242 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He got sacked 3 times. Aaron Rodgers, 20 for 28. 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 0 sacks. The Packers offense was lights out today. And great. Our defense was not at all what we were playing this season. Like, that was, for the first time, I'm not going to be able to come up in this postgame and blame it entirely on the offense, because our defense had the worst game that they have ever had in a couple seasons. Like, 41 points, that is pretty bad for an elite defense. The Bears have a good defense. We've seen it week after week, and we just know that when we finally get this offense rolling, that our defense is going to step up and everything. We just did not see that today, and of course the Packers just go out and get a 4th and 2 or whatever, keep the chains moving. I don't know if they're going to run up the clock on us. I just felt like I had to get this post-game show out now. That was a really rough game to watch. Rushing game, Montgomery did have the longest rush of his career. He had 103 yards. I can't remember the last time that Montgomery rushed for over 100 yards, honestly. He did have a receiving touchdown. A-Rob, look at one positive of this game, someone who had a good game. Allen Robinson, 2 touchdowns, 74 receiving yards, 8 receptions. The guy's a beast, one of the best receivers in the NFL, no question about it. I will argue till the sun goes down about that. Allen Robinson, an amazing receiver. I hope we extend him. I don't know how it looks because I don't know how I'd like it if I was a receiver, especially seeing the productions that he's putting up on the Chicago Bears, for goodness sake. What he could put up on a team with a quarterback or whatever, that could be pretty dangerous. Like, honestly, that could be pretty dangerous. Mitch Trubisky, the main reason for him for all the mistakes was just careless throws, like the same thing that we always saw, just not reading the defense. There's a lot of times where that linebacker just came in. It was, who was it? Darnell Savage got in there twice. I think he just went zone coverage or whatever. he was just able to pick him. He was just able to get to the ball. Mitch just didn't see him. He was able to cut the ball off nicely twice to be able to get picks. No question about that. We lose the turnover battle. Right now it's 3-0 for Green Bay. You're never going to win a game when you're down 3 turnovers and you haven't even forced one. That is a huge factor. That's something that the 2018 Bears did so well, is winning the turnover battle. I just ain't seen that in a while from our defense. Like, yes, our defense the last couple games, they've been getting the stops when we need to and everything. And I blame the offense completely the last bunch of games for why our defense does get beat up at some points. But this one, I honestly cannot blame the offense entirely. The Bears defense was not stellar at all today. It was a lot of busted coverage. They had a lot of open guys down the field. Like, Lazard was open a ton of times. They hit Devontae Adams a couple times. There's a couple in the end zone. I forget who's their tight end. Their tight end, what's his name? Tanyan or whatever his name is. He was wide open in the end zone for one play. Like, literally, Rodgers just flicked it to him. That's a problem. Busted coverage there. No pressure on the quarterback whatsoever. Was not able to stop the rushing game. They rushed for 172 yards, and Aaron Rodgers got sacked 0 times in this game. He took his sweet time. It was the first drive of the game for the Packers. He got a sweet time. He literally had 10 seconds to wind up a throw to Devontae Adams and score that touchdown. So it was really, really tough. Packers keep moving it down the field. This is just Bears football. We start out 5-1. Everything's looking up. Although deep down, Bears fans all knew that this thing could go south really, really quickly. What do we do now? What do we do now that we're 5-6? I honestly think that I hate tanking or whatever, but we need to make sure that we don't screw ourselves of getting a good quarterback or a good offensive lineman in this draft. The QB class is absolutely stacked this year. Like, obviously, you're going to have Trevor and Justin Fields go first. After that, Mac Jones and Kyle Trask are 2 guys that I really, really like. I watch a lot of SEC football, so those are 2 guys that I've had my eye on for a while. Zach Wilson of BYU, Trey Lance of North Dakota State. Although, who wants a North Dakota State quarterback after we're seeing how Carson Wentz has been playing? Although, I do love Trey Lance. He's a great player. I've watched a bit of film of him. He's a really good football player, good mobile quarterback. Who else do we got? Kellen Mond is out there. Brock Purdy at Iowa State. There's a ton of guys that are going to be available. Sam Ehlinger, I don't know if he's staying or not. I don't even know if he's going to be up in one of the clock's winding out right now. I'm just rambling on. This is such a bad game, Bears fans. It's just another Sunday night. It's just another Sunday for Bears fans. Just getting our hearts broken once again, especially by our bitter rivals, and there's a fight breaking out in the last seconds of the game. Doesn't matter. I hate the Packers. Never going to like the Packers. Always going to want them to lose. But they definitely deserve to win this game. 100%. There's no doubt in my mind that the Packers deserve to win this game. They were the better team. I hate to say it. I hate the Packers. Packers were definitely the better football team in this game. And that's all I have to say, really. Like, it was a really tough game to watch. Obviously, you need better quarterback play. You need better play from the defense. The only 2 bright spots I'd say were David Montgomery and Allen Robinson. No one else really proved to me anything. Maybe Darnell Mooney had a couple good catches, but other than that, he got a 2-point conversion. No one else really. Like, this Bears team has got to go through. It's either we win out the only way we're making the playoffs, in my opinion, is if we win out all the next games. We go play Detroit next weekend. Then we got Houston. Then we got, how many games do we have left? So we have 5 games left. Detroit, Houston, Jacksonville, Minnesota, Green Bay. I don't know if that's in order. I think that I've switched around. I know we played Jaguars second last, and then the Packers are last. So we play the Vikings third, and then we go Detroit, then Houston. So Detroit, Houston, Minnesota, Jacksonville, Packers. Those are our next 5 games. We have to win them out. No question about it. Even if we do win them out, there is a chance that we don't, because the team in the 7th spot right now is the Cardinals. Yes, they did lose to the Patriots this weekend. But like, they're a good team. They're still going to be able to find a way to get in. So unless we need some things to happen and we need to win out if we still want to make the playoffs. But in my opinion, we got to get a quarterback in the draft this year. That's got to be our focus now. We got to make some huge adjustments on offense. Our offensive line actually didn't play terrible today. It wasn't as bad as it had been before in other games. Like, if David Montgomery's able to rush for 103 yards, something had to have gone right. So not really offensive line in this game, just poor play all around from all aspects of the team. So thank you for watching this video, guys. I appreciate it. Like down below, comment anything about the Bears, subscribe, and thank you for watching, and come back next time.